The wind blew this off in the storm yesterday, and I just haven't put it back on because we don't have cabbage moss right now. I might eat my words on that, but I'm lazy. Leave me alone. I'm sorry the focus on this is so awful. I don't know what I'm doing. But I have mushrooms. They're so cute. So happy. My silly dog walked on my broad beans, but they don't really seem that much worse for the wear, I guess. What a jerk. My chamomile never came up over here. I gotta show you this leak. Look at that. It's huge. Some of these onions too. Starting to bulb. Never had good luck with onions. I'm hoping this is my onion year. And my little baby parsnips just starting to be born. They took a long time. I planted them at the same time as the carrots, and I feel like they took a little longer than the carrots last year, but I want to say it was a couple weeks difference. Like, look at the growth. The carrots are a few inches tall. Like, I don't know, 6 inches tall. Just starting to put off their second set of leaves. And I dare say that's not my amazing gray poppy that I planted here. Or that. Oh well. My beets. Had spotty germination on my beets. Well, at least on this variety. I wasn't going to talk through this video, but I can't shut up, so deal with it. This variety had better germination. And look at this. I'm pretty sure it's a beet. Look at the spots. And it's not just one. Like, these probably came from the same seed because they're coming out of the same hole, and that's how beet seeds work. But there's 2 separate plants that have some spots on the leaves. Pretty neat. Sorry, I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. Oh, there's actually 3. So that one wouldn't have come from the same seed. Does anybody know what this is? Is this bad? Tell me. And I finally got done weeding and thinning this bed. Tulipan! Just ran over my flower garden. What a jerk. You're a jerk. Yeah, but I'm so cute though. Look at these little sun rays on my potatoes. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm super cool. You'll get used to it. Maybe. Hopefully. Like, that's my pathway. And the corn as a trellis is going really well. So these are scarlet runner beans, and this is their trellis corn. Oh dear. I have to giggle. Somebody on my Instagram, I posted a picture of this from like, I don't know, a week or 2 ago, and they were like, it's so organized. Not anymore. That's okay. I love the chaos. And now, can somebody tell me? This little sunflower has a little bit of a gangster lean. I don't know if this is picking up on the camera very well, but like his friend's here. And then he's like, meh. Now, is this because I have it planted too close to this edge here? This is a no-dig bed. So I have cardboard on top of the grass, and there's about 6 inches of soil and compost. But as you can see, the sunflower is very close to the edge, and I feel like that's why it's doing that. As well as we had a windstorm yesterday, but it was kind of doing that before. So it's just a little wonky. That's okay. Seems to be doing alright. Like, look at that leaf. It's huge. I don't have big hands, but like, that's a big leaf. All of them. Well, not all of them. These ones. Oh my god, look at this one. I'm excited. These are Autumn Beauty sunflowers. And then I think these ones don't get quite as much light because, so that's east-ish. So the sun comes up. And I think my lilac bushes shade this. So I've asked Justin to trim them back. I'm sure he will. Oh my gosh, these scarlet runner beans are just wild. I'm gonna need to figure out trellis because the corn apparently is not working out. Oh dear. Hopefully those scarlet runner beans don't choke out my corn. But yeah, like, look at how much more sparse this end is. Yeah, these poor little guys are struggling for some light, but like, it's all the exact same seed and the same soil, pretty much. I guess some of the soil on that end is soil that I moved from a different area in the yard, but the rest of this is all composted cow manure. Thanks, Katie. She's my cow manure hookup. We love it. Hello. You see my little spider friend? Hey girl. Just give me a second. I'm gonna put her down. Okay, she's safe. Now, I didn't pollinate this, so it's just eating a little flower coitus, shall we? Okay, focus. So, how I do this, oh, we've had rain, so oops. Come on. There we go. We've had rain, so this pollen might be wet. But take this little stamen, I think is how you say it. That's how it's spelled anyway. I am not a botanist, so don't listen to what I say. But you take this little guy, the plant male part, and then we ask for consent. And then we pollinate that bitch. Which I'm sure the bees probably did. Like, I'm filming this in the evening, but I want to make sure. So there's like a little thingy in there. Oh yeah, the ants are probably doing this job for me anyway, but this is helping, guys. And then you're done. You dispose of your mail. Oh, look at. Come on, camera. Focus. It's so beautiful. The world deserves to see it. So these are, what were they called? I think it's called the Party Mix. Or Playful Mix. That's what it is. Playful Mix by Baker Creek. Calendula. Oh my god, I said that so confusing. It's the Playful Mix Calendula from Baker Creek Seeds. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's been a long day. But yeah, the colors are all so pretty. Like, oh my god, so neon. Look at you. Camera is doing that no justice. It is like a highlighter. It's so bright. And we're back to, oh look, more flowers. Baby squash. I'm so excited. Squash is my absolute favorite. Oh, did I miss one? It's a male flower. Nobody wants that. I've never successfully grown corn before. I tried one time. Well, that's not true. I've unsuccessfully tried twice, I guess. So the first time, I was growing in Rubbermaid totes, kind of like that guy. And I forgot to put drainage holes in a couple somehow. I bought 3 that year, and I put drainage holes in 1. Then I figured the job was done, I guess. I don't know. Don't ask me what goes on here. But, yeah, so the corn did not do well that year. Apparently it does not appreciate being submerged. And then last year, I tried to plant it behind my garden boxes, which is the north side of my garden boxes. And some of my garden boxes are 2 feet tall. And there's a fence behind there, and there's trees. So, like, it's all completely shaded. I don't know what I was doing. There was nowhere near enough sun for corn. So I think I had 2 or 3 germinate, as well as the dogs like to run against the fence and be mean to the neighbor dogs. Shit talk each other. And so the corn got trampled anyway. it was just not a good idea to put anything there. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. But look at this year. Like, that's corn in there. And it's alive. And it germinated. And it's not drowning. I just need to get those little guys a little more sunlight. And they should be good to go. And we didn't talk about the potatoes, but they're doing great too. Like, look at these. Like, oh, to being birdseed. Hey, cut it out. You're not a bird. That Nelly Furtado song is about her. Those are potato flowers. That means I can dig some soon. So this is the Ruth Stout method. I have actually not done a whole lot of research on this, just being honest. But Jess from Roost and Refuge does it, so yeah, do it. That's how I live my life. What would Jess do? And this year, this is what Jess did, so I copied her. So that's the honest reason why I did it. It makes sense. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I do know about this. So you plant your potatoes. So I did my no-till. So I have cardboard and then about 6 inches of compost. And I planted my seed potatoes. And I probably planted them like closer together than I needed to, but had this dream of 100 hills of potatoes, so that's what's in here. So I planted mine a foot apart, which is a recommendation from like some square foot gardening, but in my opinion that is probably a little closer than you maybe want to, but so far they're happy, so might be fine, we'll see. And so I planted them, and then I waited for them to come up. And I mean, they weren't this tall. Once they got about 6 or 8 inches tall, like, so these are potatoes here is what I'm talking about. These ones I'm not mulching, just to do a comparison. But once these guys were poking out of that compost by about 8 inches, I mulched them. And so these ones here, so I'm just going to take a step back so you can kind of see this. So these ones on this end that are bigger, they're the same variety as what's like probably about to there. Those are all the same variety as all of these. So this, where these are bigger and where this stuff is bigger, has a bit of my soil from where I had a dream of growing corn back here last year. I had added a no-till bed behind these beds, which I took out this year because it didn't make any sense. And so that soil got moved to these two beds. So what that tells me is that, obviously, the plants are happier here. This is all composted cow manure, and it was potentially still a little hot when we brought it in, and I knew that. But I wasn't going to buy cow manure, and I was willing to experiment and take the risk that it might be bad. So I think that those plants might be just a little more stunted than these, partially due to shade and partially due to that hot manure. And we can kind of see here too another example. So this, where you can see that clear color difference in the soil there compared to that. So this has a lot more actual soil. This came out of a pasture, not a pile. So it has soil with the manure. This came out of a fresher pile than any of the other stuff. And we only took a little bit because it was pretty hot. And you can see that like the beans seem to be doing okay. But you can tell like my leeks there. Like these were planted at the same time as those. So again, I think that this is just a little hot and the plants are struggling a little more. I'm still gonna get a harvest, and like I said, I knew that this was a potential risk that I was taking, but I wasn't willing to buy this much manure, so it was gifted to me for free, and I'm very appreciative. Stop eating bird seed. Stop it. Good grief. So this is what I did this year, and I figured worst case scenario, like next year it will be perfect, so it's not a loss, and I still get something this year. But yeah, clear difference. Hey, like, look at me, totally little. And then these big beasties. I think I'm actually going to give these ones a haircut. Just to see. Maybe I'll do half of them to make it an actual experiment that has a control.
Who knows? We'll see. Anything can happen. I just make it up as I go. Here's Tulip, our little bird. Are you a little bird? Oh, get down, bad dog. My dogs are spoiled, don't judge me. Little big baby. How could you not spoil this little baby? So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna go cuddle my dog. But first, look at, I forgot to show you this. So this is my obsession right now, is pansies. And everything to do with cottagecore, so frogs. But look at these. These are the first 2 eggplants I've ever grown. And I had them growing, I think I showed in my last video. I had them growing under these little cloches, I think is how you say it. That's a fancy word for cut out milk jug. And that was keeping them warm, like a little mini greenhouse. And they're doing really well. I've taken them off the last couple of days. Like I think that last night was their first night without, and they seem happy. And look at, there's gonna be little eggplants. I'm so excited. These are mini eggplants. They're called patio baby eggplants, and I got the seeds in the Frugal Garden seed swap this spring. I'm really excited about them. But look at how cute. My little frog and eggplants hanging out by my water barrel. I love it. I'm excited to see this oregano bloom. I don't think I've had oregano flower before. But yeah. Take care of yourself, my beautiful friends. And thank you for watching.